What's up, guys? Charlie Nascar here. My predictions for the 2020 playoffs for the Bill France Cup. Not Brian France, Bill France. Let's get that straight. Playoffs, the regular season has been very, very interesting. We had a pandemic that shut racing down for about 2 months or so. So we had a break in the action. Then after that, we had to get the races in. So we had some Saturday, Sunday double header weekend races. We had some Wednesday night racing, which I, for one, enjoyed. So we had some different stuff going on. Kevin Harvick won the regular season. Him and Hamlin are pretty much freaking battling out the whole way through. Harvick got over 50 bonus points. Like, I think it's 57. So he's got a race in the bank. He's basically got a free race, if you think about it, with the bonus points. Hamlin has over 30, which, without stage points, is almost like a free race itself. So those two, I think, in all honesty, I'm going to go through it round by round. Who's going to get eliminated, but we already know those two are going to be in the finals. The only way I could see it not happening is if one of them does something stupid and gets suspended for a race or two, or there's some major infractions that get them disqualified and get them eliminated around. Other than that, I don't see them not advancing all the way to Phoenix for the championship. So I'm going to go round by round, give you guys who I think the 4 people for each round are going to get eliminated, because, it starts at 16, goes to 12, then to 8, then we have the final 4 in Phoenix. All right, so in round 1, we have Darlington, Richmond, and Bristol. We have 2 short track races. We have Darlington. We've already had 2 Darlington races this season. One was won by Kevin Harvick, the other by Denny Hamlin. So, and I think, in all honesty, those 2 guys, one of those 2 will probably win the race. Even though their finish at Daytona wasn't the greatest, those 2 don't seem nothing holds them back. When we had inverting the field, for double headers where you go ahead the following week, start those guys at the bottom, for the following race, start them at the bottom, those 2 still rose to the top, and I think it's going to be no different. Richmond and Bristol might be a little bit different. But the one thing I'm going to note about the playoffs this year, Kyle Busch has not had a win at all this season. He seems to win his championships when he goes through droughts of not winning. His first championship is when he broke his leg in the Xfinity race at Daytona and missed the first half of the season. He came back a man on fire and won. Last year, if you'll remember, when the Racing Wives TV show came on where his wife was on, he went through a dry spell, then all of a sudden he won the championship. There's a good chance he Tony Stewart's this thing and goes ahead and wins 7 of the 10 races, including the championship. There's a chance this happens. I'm not going to stake claim to that, but I would not be surprised at all if that happens. But anyway, for round 1, I have as the first 4 guys to be eliminated. Matt D. He has next to no bonus points. He's not running that great enough to get into that next round. He's not getting enough top 10s. You got to, in order to get to that next round, you really got to be a guy that's consistent, and he's just not. Clint Boyer's another one. He's not consistent. He doesn't have any wins, hardly any bonus points. He's not going to make it in. Got a surprise one in here, and Alex Bowman. Bowman has kind of, since the pandemic, we came back from the pandemic, has not been up there. Every once in a while he does get a top 5. He did well at Dover. But other than that, he really hasn't shown anything. So I think, honestly, he's out of round 1. And also out of round 1, I'm going to say is Cole Custer. Even though he does get some good spurts in him, like, you look up in the race standings, he's up there in the top 10, and he has shown improvement, and he did win Kentucky in an awesome fashion. I don't see him making it out of round 1. Now, round 2, which I got to say for the races, 2 are really great. For round 2, we got Las Vegas, Talladega, and the Roval. Roval is one of my favorite races next to Talladega and Daytona. I love the Roval. My boy Ryan Blaney won the inaugural run. Chase Elliott won the second one. I think Elliott would probably, I think it's going to be between Elliott and Blaney. Both are going to get wins in this round to get them to advance, because they're going to need it because of bonus points and everything. It's also around where I feel like a guy like Kyle Busch probably could get a win at Las Vegas. Now, who I got coming out of round two is Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola, and William Byron. Now, I know people will say, well, why you have Byron out? He just won at Daytona. Daytona is one of those tracks that people can get spot on winners from. You know, guys that have never won, but their only win is Daytona. So I don't think he does it. I think that's, where he ends. Almirola hasn't won, even though he has won before at plate racing. He just hasn't shown enough to advance. Kurt Busch is another one that's not been that consistent. Austin Dillon, same deal. So I think those four are out. So we'll be down to our top eight, which I think, honestly, this top eight that we're going to have, you can make an argument that any one of those of those guys, the top eight, any four of those guys in any combination could be in Phoenix. Any one of those 8 guys would be actually deserving of a championship, to be honest with you. You really can't pick wrong. I mean, you can, but, you can look smart no matter what you pick. Now, for round 3, the races are Kansas, Texas, and Martinsville. Kansas is a track that Brad Keselowski seems to do good at. Okay. He didn't, last year he kind of faltered, but he has won them multiple times. So I think Keselowski's going to win Kansas and get himself in. Texas, I honestly think that's where Ryan Blaney wins and gets himself in. Martinsville is probably going to go to Hamlin or Harvick. And that's how I got Logano, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Truex Jr. out. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is, people say, well, Chase Elliott, he has a couple wins, he's good, he got bonus points. Because of other people winning, he'll end up being out. Same with Joey Logano. Kyle Busch, now I see Tony Stewart's this thing, he'll be out on points because he has no bonus points. I limited other people earlier for no bonus points. I think, though, the way the rounds are set up, Kyle Busch can get enough regular points to offset his bonus points to make it to round 3. And Truex Jr., I know a lot of people are going to be all upset with me, especially my good friend JB Racing. He'll be upset. I'm saying to Truex, I'll make it to the Final Four. I'm sorry, JB, but he just doesn't have the points. So that's what I think. So our Final Four will be Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin, which, like I said in the beginning, barring a disqualification or they get suspended for something, they will be in the Final Four in Phoenix. Brad Keselowski, I said he was going to win Kansas. I think Ryan Blaney will win Texas. And my pick for the championship, and I know I'm looking kind of like a homer here, but I'm going with Ryan Blaney. I know he's kind of been hit or miss lately. He hasn't been up there in the top, kind of consistent. I think they pulled it together for the playoffs. Todd Gordon's been down this road. Remember, Todd Gordon was Joey Logano's crew chief when he shocked the world. We had the big 3. It was the big 3 in him, and he won the championship. I think the same thing happens for Ryan Blaney. He's my pick for the championship. But I will say this. I will not be surprised. And I know I've said it a couple times. I've even said it in other videos I've done. There's a chance Kyle Busch, and you know how I feel about Toyota, but there is a chance Kyle Busch can Tony Stewart this thing and win it. All right, he can go ahead and win 7 of these 10 races. The only win he doesn't have at any of these tracks is the Roval. He's won at every other one of these tracks, so he is capable. All right, guys, and one other thing, for those that like doing playoff bracket contests, my good buddy Andrew Broadwater on Twitter is doing a pick contest, so check him out. He's a really good dude. Usually offers prizes and all that stuff, cool die cast. So go ahead and, give him a follow on Twitter if you do tweeting. Also, enter his contest. But, guys, that's all I got. I'm looking forward to playoffs. I hope we all enjoy. Go ahead and comment below. Give me your thoughts on the picks. You can go ahead and tell me your picks. Start a conversation. If you like my videos, subscribe. Comment, watch them, tell your friends. But you all have a good one. Enjoy the playoffs. Stay safe out there. And fuck Toyota.